Evening, all. How's it going? Welcome to another Lockdown live chat. Another month, the second last month of 2021. Here to unpack this as well as all things metal. As usual, my notorious co-host, the purveyor of all things Dracona Media, Mr. Alec Lyle. How's it going, man?
Oh, it's all good, dude. It's like I was saying before we started the show and we are having a little bit of icebreaker. I'm sweating balls here because it's so bloody hot. I don't know what it's like for the other guys down here in Joe Eves, but for me, I'm suffering.
Extremely moist.
Extremely moist.
Yeah, we had to eventually cover that word in a chat. What better way to actually introduce our guest that we've actually been wanting to get on for a while. At one point, we didn't even know if they would still have been in existence until recently. So today, familiar face to the chat, Ashish, joining us, but joined also with Matthew. Today we're joined with two of the members of Disarmageddon, thrash metal Joburg shredders extraordinaire. Welcome, guys. How's it?
Welcome.
Guys, thanks for having us.
What's up, man?
Yeah, stoked we could finally make this happen. This load shedding has been hell in Africa, if you will. I was going to say hell on earth, but it's not really appropriate. It's third world problems here.
Indeed.
Anyway, so yeah, as I mentioned at the beginning here, when we had Ash on last year for Resurrection of Fetal Remains, there was talk that Disarmageddon kind of had plans going, but maybe nothing actually foreseen in the future. And then boom, the new EP comes out, Detonator, and it was a literal explosion. So yeah, I guess, Matthew, let's kick this off with you because you're the new guy to the chat, so to speak. The beginning of the lockdown, how was it for the Disarmageddon camp, and how things now with the EP out? Like a 180?
The beginning of the lockdown was literally just after our vocalist had to leave to move to Durban, that side. So we were going to take like a little bit of a break and try maybe get a new vocalist or get him to like record online and stuff like that. So it was coming before the lockdown, and then when it hit, it was just like, okay, let's take a break for a bit. And then like we were busy recording a full-length album at the time, just before that, like end of 2019. And then, yeah, we didn't end up finishing stuff. We couldn't get all the drums recorded and all the vocals, obviously, because Jay had to leave. But then, yeah, recently we decided to revisit all the old recordings and just put it together so people could hear that shit.
No, that's awesome. Yeah, it's super cool. I don't know, like for me, I've never really gone into the sort of origin story of your guys' band. So maybe Ash, you can unpack this. We got to ask about the name Disarmageddon, and it obviously
sure, of course.
suits the ethos.
The earliest version I can think of was myself and Nick, our original guitarist. So we came together. Yeah, that came from, I think there was a song that Nick wrote, and then we decided, okay, that's a kick-ass name. So we're gonna go with Disarmageddon, and we stuck with it. But even beforehand, Nick and I came together, we tried starting a band, didn't quite work out, and then Nick and Matt crossed paths, and then that's when Disarmageddon really kicked off. Then we all got together. Nick knew me, and Matt brought in Jay because they played in Casted previously. And yeah, eventually we stumbled across Desmond, our drummer. And yeah, that was the original lineup. We played a couple of gigs. By 2017, we put out our demo. And then by the end of that year, we changed lineups. We got a new guitarist, and then tried to record the album, and didn't quite work out as anticipated. And then, yeah, we called it a day, or so we thought. And here we are.
Yes, so yeah, we didn't think this was going to happen. This is such a killer like release also. So I think let's actually head this back to Matthew actually, because it's something we got to kind of unpack. I mean, you did mention that you went back to the old project files, old tracks, and you kind of reworked them. So how was recording Detonator? I mean, the production is boss. It's like true thrash metal through and through. I mean, it's really like quality stuff. So yeah, how was the process? How was it getting back in and recording again?
Well, this time we just there was just a few riffs missing on Kamikaze that we just like had to tighten up, and then basically the other stuff, like all the old solos we still had, we just like mixed them a bit better into the songs as a whole. So yeah, we basically track guitars in our own rooms, like on Reaper and stuff, and then Lance, our old guitarist, he just works his magic and creates that awesome thrash tone that you guys can hear on the EP there. Yeah, Ash also, we track his bass, he comes in, we mic up his amp and stuff like that, and then Desmond, we normally he goes into studio to do his drums like on a proper kit, because yeah, real drums, that's the fucking way to go, man.
All right.
Awesome. I guess we can also keep this with you Matt.
Yeah.
It's been about 4 years since Contagion, right? And obviously back then with a different lineup, you had Nick and Ash, and you know, everyone writing together. Now with Lance, how has the creative process sort of changed in terms of the way that you guys approach writing songs? Are you structured? Do you use Guitar Pro, or do you just like noodle around? Yeah, unpack that a little bit.
Basically, we just like I'll just like improvise riffs and stuff like that. If I think something sounds cool, I'll record it on my phone or something first, and then I'll tab it out or record it on like just like a basic drum beat backing track, and then I work out riffs, and then I normally like to tab, like I work out whole songs. I'll tab like the whole like composition out, and then I'll give it to Ash, and then I'll have like basic bass, but Ash always does all his own bass afterwards because my bass is a little bit weak. And then Des obviously does his own drums and stuff like that. And in terms of Lance, me and him will riff together. We jam together quite often, even still, like at the moment, like just like random shit, just like shredding together. And yeah, he would also just like write his own stuff and then put it together. Like Homeland Insecurity, he wrote that whole track, and Kamikaze's 80-90% his. I just added a few riffs, and like obviously all the solos are mine and his solos are his. But yeah, and then Ash obviously contributes with bass lines, and Des always like does his own stuff. But yeah, I'm like, I would say I'm the primary songwriter since Nick left. Yeah.
Cool. Awesome.
Yeah, well, there's definitely a lot of oomph in the new release, and I mean, it's definitely commendable. I mean, some powerful, catchy riffs, and that's kind of the key when it comes to thrash. It's got to make you want to like move. Yeah. So, yeah.
Oh, thanks, man.
Anyway, so yeah, let's pull this through to Ash, because it's something that actually now that we've been able to have you on pertaining to both the projects, it's something that I've always kind of been curious with. It's something that a fellow bassist in Vian Bester of the Fallen Prophets does in terms of being involved with a thrash band called Hulver. So you guys have a similar type of like obviously brutal death and thrash metal fan ethos, and you know, just general lovers of that music. But is there a different headspace that you have to get into in terms of writing with Disarmageddon as opposed to Resurrection?
Not much writing from my side. With the Disarmageddon stuff, I presented a few ideas. Actually, on Detonator, the title track at the end, the outro riff is pretty much my contribution. Just Matt kind of spiced it up a bit at the end. But yeah, not much writing from my side at the moment. Hopefully, moving forward, that can change. But we'll see how that goes.
And from a performance standpoint, when you're getting ready to get on the stage with Resurrection versus Disarmageddon, is there like a different process that you get your mind ready for playing those shows?
Not very different. Pretty much the same, because it's, although very different styles, still very fast, aggressive music. So a very similar thought process goes behind the performance.
Cool.
As long as it's fast. As long as it's fast.
Well, then there's doom metal.
Matt, tell us
Yeah.
about some of the guitars that you're using and tunings and all that good shit. Also, is there a dream guitar on your wish list?
I really like PRSs because they feel amazing. But like, I really want the Chuck Schuldner's BC Rich Stealth model. That's like my ultimate guitar. That thing's a little beast. In terms of my guitars, I still track with my old Epiphone Les Paul copy. It's just got like this thrashy tone, and the neck's just like, it knows my fingers. And then I got an Ibanez RG350. It's a little white Strat copy, which I'm going to be using on the new stuff. So yeah, I only really have the two electrics, and then I got my little nylon string that I play some like acoustic classical flamenco type stuff. So yeah, and amps, I just Marshall stacks and stuff like that, old school, plug straight in.
And tunings?
Tunings, standard E for thrash, always. I just think it's like perfect for thrash, and then also for like death metal, straight standard D, like Doom D as well. Yeah,
Cool.
For Disarmageddon, straight D. Yeah.
Awesome. Fantastic.
Nice.
Sure, man.
Nice. So yeah, I mean, I guess it's a question that both of you guys can answer. We'll head it off to Ash first, maybe off the top of your head, but something we've been asking all of our guests. This whole pandemic has brought quite a bit of time to be able to listen to new music or old music. So what's currently in your playlist? What bands have you been listening to lately? Any new bands? Any classics that have come to mind?
Wow. I've actually discovered a lot of music outside of metal. I'm listening to a lot of baroque music, some stuff from the classical era, like a bit of jazz. So yeah, that sort of thing. Well, Pink Floyd, I'm digging prog rock. I love the old 70s stuff. Really fallen in love with that. But within metal, the same old that I love. Old school thrash, death metal, noir, the good shit. And some newer bands here and there. Yeah, so a variety of influences from my side. I listen to a lot of music, even outside of some of the genres that I mentioned now. But obviously, my favorite being metal, always.
Always. How about you, Matt?
I've been really into my doom metal, like epic doom, like Sorcerer, Solitude Eternus, that kind of stuff. Candlemass, obviously. I'm actually working on like a solo doom album on the side that I've been working on the last year and a half that I'm going to release hopefully next year sometime. Doesn't have a name yet or anything, but yeah, I'll let you guys know. Other than that, yeah, there's a lot of new thrash bands. Locally, I really like that Halvar band, Daniel's band. Fucking sick. They're really fast. Awesome. Yeah, man. Old school thrash, death metal, like skeletal remains, stuff like that, like the old school stuff. Yeah, same old. And power metal, that kind of stuff. Hammerfall. Yeah. Pretty much same old, bro.
Awesome.
I always find it amazing that like artists that tether within different genres of metal. Like there's literally all three of you guys literally go and produce multiple different like genres within like the metal sphere. It's always something I'm quite like blown away with. But yeah, Anyway, Alec has something to ask, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, you touched on it, Mash, with sorry, Matt, with
That's cool.
With Doom. You know, you're doing your solo project in Doom. Obviously, very different headspace, very different compositionally speaking to blisteringly fast thrash metal.
Yeah.
So
Opposite.
how do you sort of go about composition from that like sort of standpoint? Like, what is your sort of goals with it?
I really just wanted to be a little bit more melodic and like have space for the songs, the notes to like hang and stuff more, because I really like melodic guitar solos and stuff like that. So Doom, like the whole song to me feels like a long, slow, played out guitar solo, like a orchestral piece or something like that. So I really wanted to explore that because I really like the clean power metal type vocals. I love that shit. I like when you can hear the lyrics and you can hear what story they're trying to tell, and that kind of stuff. So yeah, really dig that. And yeah, obviously a lot less stamina to have to jam the songs.
and are you doing vocals on this?
No vocals. I tried, didn't sound too great. So yeah, I'm working on vocals. It's a little bit secret at the moment, but yeah.
Cool. No, awesome.
Yeah. Sick, man.
Nice. It was something that I actually wanted to discuss, going back to the Detonator EP. You guys kind of are a like the epitome of a DIY type band, and I mean, if there's one thing that we actually kind of know is that Lance kind of acts as quite a mediator when it comes to the mastering, but I actually realized that he did the artwork also for the EP cover. So yeah. Who came up with that? Was this just something he pitched to you guys? Like he was like, hey, this will work, you know, this will be a nuke bomb, and you guys were like, yeah. Like, was there anything that you guys like spitballed to him idea wise going into that?
Ash, do you want to go? Do you want me to take it, bro?
I can take that one. Yeah, I just discussed it with Matt. What do we want? We just want something simple. Just give us an explosion out from the distance. And he gave us something much better than that. So we were very, very pleased about that.
Yeah.
Very talented artist, I must say.
Yeah,
it's a quality. I can see it on merch. I can already see it on merch.
Yeah, I can see it on a t-shirt.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so he delivered. He gave us something better than we expected. We just gave him a general direction, and he went with it, and he really went with it very well.
Yeah.
Shout out to Lance.
That's actually he's been working on like art and stuff, 3D animation, that kind of stuff. That's why he's sort of not in the music space at the moment. So like, yeah, look out for Lance's artwork and shit online. I don't know when he's gonna start releasing it, but he's amazing, dude. Like, shit looks real. Like his 3D stuff looks insane. So you guys, yeah, it's gonna be cool.
That's awesome.
And yeah, in terms of mastering and stuff, yeah, he also like I said, he did all the mixing and stuff, all self-taught, all in his bedroom. Yeah, man.
Wow.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. Came out so good. Came out so solid.
So
old school.
So Lyle obviously asked the question what you guys are listening to at the moment. I want to sort of do a twist on that question. Obviously, lockdown's been hard on a lot of SA bands, and some of them established bands like Devil Speak, and I'm sure there's a few others. I can't really think of them off the top of my head right now. I have decided to call it quits. But on a lighter note, a ton of new bands have come out, and a ton of new South African projects have started releasing music. So let's start with you, Matt. What do you think? Have you noticed this trend, and what do you think of it?
I have been seeing like a lot of new logos that I don't like notice at all on like some of the events that have been like coming out that I don't know. So yeah, there are a lot of new bands that I haven't seen. I haven't been out to gigs for a while, so yeah, I haven't unfortunately seen anything new myself. But yeah, keen to check some of the new stuff. Really awesome.
Awesome. And,
I have heard some stuff overseas. So I mean, some stuff from Cape Town that's really sick. Like Peasants, fucking really cool.
Yeah, they shred. Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, Ash? What do you think about this influx of new talent that's been coming into the local scene?
Sorry, my network's bad. Can you just say that again?
Oh, yeah. Same question. What do you think of all the new talent that's kind of been emerging metal-wise in SA during this pandemic? Getting a bit of a lag on a signal, but it's all right. That's the whole purpose of the live chats, I guess. Well, I mean, okay. Yeah, we're like, to be fair, this is the reaction he has a lot of
releases. Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
There we go.
cool, you're back. We
Yeah.
lost you for a second.
Okay, can you hear me? I'm so sorry.
Yeah, no,
My
it's all
network's
good. You were saying?
Yes, sorry about that. Yeah, so I think what's been coming out lately, it's quality, especially since the Volvodynia album dropped. We've been seeing a lot of quality releases. From the top of my head, Brundark, they released their EP, really cool. I see Fenris Wolf released a single, upcoming album, I think. Yeah, so a lot of quality releases. Unfortunately, we lost Devil's Speed. They disbanded, full band. But yeah, I'm totally digging some of the local stuff. Sunken State, their album is killer. Highly recommend people check that one out. Yeah, so yeah, the local scene pretty alive and well, I must say.
Awesome.
Could be some interesting like concerts coming up with some like a new and old talented like combined. It'll be quite fresh. I'm kind of looking forward to that. But I guess kind of let's keep with that little trend going. We'll hit this one up to Matt here. As we start to kind of slowly progress into having live shows again, as this pandemic seems to be subsiding for the time being, what do you think the future for the SA metal scene will be? I mean, we've lost a lot of clubs, a lot of venues that were staples, but you know, as we said earlier, a lot of new talent coming by. We've lost a couple of older, like established names. So, what do you think the future for SA metal will be post-pandemic?
Well, like you said, there's a lot of new bands and stuff. So, and I see a lot of empty buildings that could be turned into venues, perhaps. So, I think someone needs to like go and open up some gig places, man, so we can all start jamming again. I think it's gonna be cool. Open up some new clubs, some new bars. Yeah, dude. Because if it's opening up, people are gonna be able to obviously go and buy their beloved alcohol. So. Yeah. That's everything that closed basically. So yeah.
Cool.
Fingers crossed.
I think as we wrap this up, do you guys have any final plugs? Do you have any new merch coming, gigs in the future, or any other like thrashing stuff in the cards for Disarmageddon? Matt, what do you have to say?
Well, I just started writing some new stuff that I want to do on a new album that me and Ash are gonna release together with like a new lineup. Because Lance probably won't be playing with us anymore. Des is moving to New Zealand, and if Jay can come back, we'll see. But otherwise, we're gonna form like a new team, and then we're gonna release some thrash because we're not gonna stop, man.
Damn right. Got to keep us alive. It's so refreshing having you guys like back with some new music. And I mean, for anybody that hasn't heard Detonator, we'll include links in the description. Go click that shit. It is rocking. It is shredding and powerful and just everything that you'd expect from like some classic brutal thrash metal. So yeah, again, Matt, Ash, thanks so much for taking some time out to chat to us. I'm so stoked we can make this happen. Really is awesome. You guys just keep on shredding. We will keep on listening.
Oh, thanks, guys. Appreciate having me. Awesome.
Much appreciated.
Awesome. Oh, awesome. Alec, what do you say? Are we done for another week?
Yeah, no, definitely. It was really great having these guys on the show. It was a good break in the week to talk metal, you know. So yeah,
Always
awesome.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Can't wait to hear what you guys have in store for us in the future. But yeah, thanks everybody for tuning in. That's another week done and dusted. First week of November. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Does help us. And yeah, we will be back same time, same place on the interweb next week. And yeah, keep that social distancing going. Hopefully this pandemic hoo-ha will be over soon enough. Also, guys, have a wicked week ahead. Laters.
thanks.
That is